Welcome to the SoberQ podcast.
Hello, my name is Barry and I'm an alcoholic. I would like to share with you my experience of doing step 5 and of revealing to my sponsor the things I'd done in my life that I regretted and was ashamed of. One of the first things I heard in AA was that the AA program demanded rigorous honesty, and I was determined to apply it. Step 1 had taken me no time at all, though rigorous honesty had caused me to wrestle with steps 2 and 3 for some time. Coming to steps 4 and 5, I knew that total honesty and thoroughness were again required. However, I hesitated because of shame and fear. How could I tell my sponsor of those selfish and irresponsible behaviours? Perhaps he would be judgmental or rejecting. Where would I be in AA then? Finally, the conflicting pressures between wanting to get well but of fearing rejection were both temporarily put aside. I wrote my step 4 over several days and did it as honestly as I could. In contrast, having done step 4, I now felt some compulsion to do step 5 as urgently as possible. My sponsor understood how I felt, and we arranged that he would visit me at home for me to do that step with him. I had some previous experience of sharing hidden things. I was raised as a Catholic, and during my childhood the process of divulging sins and the forgiveness in the confessional had been a positive experience. I had also had some experience with psychotherapy and counselling on 2 occasions in my adult life. Some of that had been a negative experience, but some of it had been quite constructive. I came to my 5th step with a hope that the opportunity of exposing my past to another person would be a cathartic and liberating one. On the other hand, I feared a rejection by my sponsor, who by now had become a close friend, if he saw my past actions as being to him as shameful as I saw them myself. In the early phase of our 5th step discussion, I was very tentative, but my sponsor showed no signs of flinching or disdain. My confidence continuing to increase the further I went, my sponsor still showing no signs of being shocked. He then made some comments from his own history, and I could clearly hear he was not being judgmental. From then I lost track of time a little, but in what seemed only a short time, all of my step 4 items had been shared and my 5th step had been completed. My sponsor next simply suggested, in his everyday way, that we go out to lunch. As I got up from my chair to leave home, I had the distinct feeling of being physically lighter. There was a new spring in my step. The shame of my past and my fears of doing step 5, which had been such a heavy weight on me, had now been lifted and eased. The lunch was enjoyable and our conversation was relaxed. It was a significant day in my life and in my recovery, and one for which I am continually grateful.
If you would like to share your experience on a recovery question, visit the SoberQ podcast website at soberq.com. Thanks for listening.